Hey, it's Mark with Mark's Virtual Real Estate, and we're back with another real estate video on Upland, which is more like a game, but sort of an investment as well. Um, Detroit was released yesterday in Upland, and when they do that, you can mint properties, buy lots of properties, a lot of times make quite a bit of money. And I'm going to go over that as well as talk about some other things going on in Upland where you can make some great investments even if you missed the Detroit release, even if you don't want to take part in the Detroit release. There's a lot of other interesting things going on in Upland where you can get some really good deals. So we'll talk about that too as well. And I have my real estate channel, Invest for More, where you can see our flips, rentals, being an agent, my businesses I've been buying, all kinds of great stuff there. And I probably will have some really exciting news here this weekend or next week about something going on there as well. And we love the likes, comments, and shares. Keep those coming. And yes, we are in Upland right now, like I said, where you can buy the actual lots of land, how they're shaped in real life, and but it's virtual. You can build buildings and do some other stuff as well. So here's Detroit, and you can see what properties I bought. These are some of the new ones over here. These are ones I bought already over here. And we'll show you real quick. I bought some on Woodward Avenue, which I think will be a very popular, expensive street. I have not put any of these up for sale yet. I think I might, but I really wish I had a better idea of pricing because I haven't had time to look. But what was really interesting, we'll talk about these sold ones here soon, is I already got an offer for $100,000 on this one right here, this theater. So I figured having anything named as a theater would be very valuable. I did not have it for sale, just had people offering money for it. And you can see the mint price is very high, very expensive here compared to the rest of Detroit. But these should be very valuable properties, I think. Now, when I say I'd like to know what prices are better, or have a better idea of what prices are, you know, in other cities I can go to upxland.me. That's upxland.me. That's where I am right here. And I can go to these other cities and see what the floor is and see what properties for sale are, even see what properties on certain streets are for sale for. But they do not have Detroit on here yet unless I'm missing it and I just can't see it. So I was really hoping Detroit would be on here soon, but it's not. So then I'm kind of stuck a little bit, doing, unless there's another site I can use, but, clicking on each property that's for sale and seeing what they want for them. But this is a really not accurate way to do it because sometimes people just ask absolutely crazy amounts for properties, and there's 175. I think that's the cheapest one I've seen. Some of them are much bigger than other ones. Some are named, some aren't named. So it's kind of tricky trying to figure out, right, what to price properties at on a street like this when we don't have like that really easy to pull information. So you can see some of them are, the floor so far has been that 175, and we can just keep going and going and going. And then it might, change depending on what neighborhood you're in too, because then the mint price gets lower. There's one for 149. I don't even know if that was on Woodward. Make sure. Yep. Sometimes you get those corner properties and it's not on the street. It's not on this street. It's on that street. So got to be careful with that. Oh, look at these giant properties. I was going to say they aren't for sale. They'll probably be auctioned off later. So like I said, not a very accurate way to figure out what prices are doing this. There's one for 150. I think that might be the cheapest. So, but I could probably, if I sold them for around that 150 range, maybe. Not the named one. The named theater would be more than that, I think. But my other properties on here that aren't named, just looking at all of these, right, you don't see hardly anything that's super cheap. So that might be the plan there. There's a car dealership. Those are going to be very expensive since Upland. Oh, White Castle. We'll have cars soon, hopefully. So there you go. So my strategy for flipping is usually not to hold properties and hope I hit a collection. It's usually to sell them before the collections are released, get my guaranteed money, and move on to buying other good deals. And so those are the ones I bought on Woodward. And then we bought some more up here on Gradiot. Maybe I should listen to somebody who knows how to say that, because I'm just could be absolutely butchering it. But we've got a lot of properties on here that were named. And of course I showed the entire video of me buying them, being frustrated by what I call the circle of death and not loading and all of that. That was posted yesterday, so make sure you check that out if you want to see that. But here you can see, I'm just curious what this price is. 5,300. Okay, we'll talk about that later, why I did that. We got a gas station. We got all kinds of named stuff here. So that was pretty cool. And then some of these that aren't named, I have put up for sale, and I haven't really got anything sold yet. But again, it'd be so nice to know what the floor is. And there's someone who, he bought a ton of stuff. Well, Pisces boy, I assume it's a boy. And I've seen some of his prices. He's got one lower than mine. So just from looking generally, same person. He's got some price lower than mine, and I don't think his have sold either. Oh, there's one for $34,900. So if I'm on the Gradiot Avenue, you know, I might have to undercut him in pricing if someone comes along and wants to buy some of these. So, and I'm okay doing that. Even if this gets named as a collection, it's a very big street. And then I'm still getting some money now. So we'll just, I'm not going to sell all of them, just some. And we'll see kind of if we can sell some now, take some profit. Great. If it ends up being a collection and I would have missed out on a lot more profit, I'm still okay with that, because if it doesn't become a collection, these will be worth very, very little, like closer to mint price, which is 6,700. Very low mint price here. So we can make some decent money on these. And this one's a pretty big property, so we won't undercut him all the way, but just drop it down a little. And then we'll see what happens. And maybe some of these will sell. Maybe not. But be nice to get some quick profit, build up my cash there, and really start studying, you know, what's happening here. This gas station should be worth a lot of money. Named properties are usually worth more. I don't know if a nursing center is worth a lot more. The liquor store, I bought this in the secondary market for $30,000. That seemed like a really good deal, a named corner property liquor store, so that's why I did that. We have some other ones for sale here. Oh, $49,000, $90,000. So prices are definitely much lower on this road than the Woodward Road, as you can see. There was less competition here. As you can see, I got a lot of named properties. But still, this has been rumored to be a collection road, a very popular road in the area. And there you can see I have another one of my properties, a bigger one for sale here too. This one we could possibly sell, have a bank. So I've got some decisions to make there on what to do. And this is my supermarket I bought, which is pretty cool. I spent $108,000 on it, but it's huge. 1,700 up to, I don't know what up squared, what the proper term for that is either. If I would have bought that in LA, right, that would have been like $2 million probably. Here's 108,000. So that was pretty cool. It's on Gradiot 2, even though most of it is on here. The address is there, so that's pretty cool. Lots of named stuff here. The Church's Chicken, which I did get. Someone asked if I got that. I got that after the giant lull and maintenance area thing happened. So, all right, so that's kind of the plan there. Maybe we'll sell some of those, take some profit. Maybe I'll think about selling some of my named stuff, but I like having named stuff, so we'll see. Now, what other strategy have I been using here? You notice I have 13 properties over here. So someone commented in my last video too and said they bought a property on my street, and that's Ferguson Street because my last name is Ferguson, so I just took ownership of that street. But I bought some here too as well. And what I've been doing here, and it's kind of getting a little harder to buy. Let's see what these are. 4,300. You could buy 4,200. A lot of these, or mint them, as you can see, for 3,700. So I basically came through here and bought every single property I could find that was less than 4,000 UPX. And then I put them back up for sale for, as we'll show you right here, like 4,500. That's actually one in LA that sold. Interesting. Another one, 4,490. So I'm not making an absolute killing on these. After the 5% fee, I'm making, what, 500 to 700 UPX per deal. But if I buy, 20 of those, times, it's 10,000 up. It's a little bit. So is it worth my time? Probably not, to be honest. But I wanted to show, if you're brand new to the game or newer to the game, don't have a lot of UPIX, there's lots of opportunity here where you can flip some properties. And there are neighborhoods, the FSA properties, that's kind of expensive here, with extremely cheap FSA properties. So let's say, where was it? By the airport. Really good. Where are we? Here we are. Let's just take a look here. 1,600 UPIX. Crazy. So you can come through here, just buy a lot of properties with very little money. And let me zoom out and show you where that was. There's airport sub, just down here, because I saw one for sale that was very cheap, and that's how I found that area. Over here again, there's lots of opportunities here to buy really, really cheap properties all over, and there's just tons of them. So you could load up on those. And I think if you buy an FSA, you have to wait a certain amount of time to sell them. But if you're short on money, you don't want to put a lot of money into the game, you want to flip some properties, buying lots of these really, really cheap FSAs, waiting, the time period you have to wait, and then selling them could be a fantastic opportunity to really build your net worth, because you should be able to sell those for 2, 3, 4 times what you're buying them for eventually. So that's a strategy for other people. And then, yeah, if you're not FSA, there's still some cheap stuff around, but not as cheap. Again, I wish I could go to Upland and see what the cheapest stuff is, but we don't have that option yet. So hopefully that's up there soon. I'm not really speculating on any neighborhoods or other streets buying on the secondary market yet. Maybe I'll take a peek at that later. We'll see. Like I said, I really focused on just minting on some streets here. I don't have a whole lot of money, as you can see. And we'll go from there. Okay, the other thing I want to talk about as well is other opportunities in other cities. So this we can use Upland for. So if we go to Los Angeles, I don't know, hopefully my face wasn't covering everything I was doing there. But we go to Los Angeles, you can put in for sale, UPIX, sale price, no collections, no street, no neighborhood, and just search. And it will pull up the cheapest properties for sale in Los Angeles. And it's actually gone up a touch. So it was below 7. Last time I checked, there were properties under 7,000 UPIX, which is way below what it was before. I think the floor was close to 8 before they announced Detroit. So you can go in there and get some really cheap properties. But that's not all you can do. If you click this little markup right here, there's properties below mint in LA you can buy right now that are very affordable. Look at that. So while everybody's excited about Detroit, they're trying to get liquid for Detroit, trying to sell properties, that leaves other opportunities in other cities where if you're not that excited about Detroit, if you don't think Detroit has a massive future for appreciation, you can go into Los Angeles and get some fantastic deals below mint right now. And Los Angeles isn't the only place. We'll do San Fran. You won't be able to buy below mint there, but if we go by sale price, 28,000. I saw one for 24 the other day. I was going to buy it, but I saved my money for Detroit. It was way like 45 or 50,000 a couple months ago. So this floor has dropped significantly in San Francisco. Again, you can see by some of these properties that are marked up, 196%, quite a bit less than normal. Let's see here. We're going to go to Bronx. That's where it was. Let's see what we can find in the Bronx. Again, 11,000. These have gone. Oh no, there we go. I was gonna say I could get cheaper stuff there. I think I saw something for 9,000 in the Bronx, but again, much lower than the floor was a few months ago. Very low. And then you can come here. You're not getting stuff below mint, but still pretty cheap in the Bronx. I heard, I have not checked this out yet, that Berkeley was below. To go to Oakland. Is it some properties in Berkeley were below mint? Don't know if it's true. We're going to do that first and see. So 12, 13, that floor is low. Again, You know, that floor went up to 15, 16, 17,000, I feel like. It's dropped significantly. And then let's see what the markups. Oh, look at that. Properties below mint in Oakland. Yep, that's Berkeley. Man, that's a good deal. That is crazy because you know that area is going to be worth more eventually, and be able to buy below the floor. So not only what that means is, I don't even mean below the floor. I mean below mint, right? Sorry, I'm saying below the floor. That the floor is usually the lowest price that you often see in a neighborhood. Below mint is what you can actually create that property for. And so if you're buying it below mint, that means your return is higher because, you know, normally you would make 14 point something percent for holding a property. Well, if you're buying it below mint, that means that percentage will go up even higher because you're paying less than what it costs to mint the property. So, I don't know if we can do our math here right. 17,100 times 14%, 2394. So 2394, if we now divide that by 14,999, that's the, I know you can't see what I'm pointing at here, but that's the sales price you can buy it for. 15.9%. So you're making 15.9 instead of 14, maybe a little less than that because if you're, you know, buying that property, you'll pay some fees for purchasing it. But properties below mint all over the place. So there's some good deals out there, and somewhat a little worrisome that you can buy properties below mint right now because it makes me wonder, right, is there some, hopefully the LA release didn't like just kind of cause a downward trajectory in general on the game because of how many properties there were and how expensive they were. But one other thing I'll look at is Nashville, because I showed some crazy stuff in Nashville a month or so ago. And when I talk about trading properties and whether you should accept a trade or not, I always want to look at what other properties I can buy in that neighborhood at that time. So like if you want to trade me something for a property I think is worth 50,000 and you have a property, I don't want to just know if that property minted for 50,000. I want to know if I can buy other properties in that neighborhood for 50,000 that are better than yours, because why would I trade? So anyway, so let's look at the UPX price in Nashville, 4,000, right? Why is that? Let's see something here. When you see stuff like that, he's in jail. I'm still allowed to buy it though, right? Wait, what? You'll pay 8,000 UPX. That's weird. I've never seen that before. If you're in jail, you get half the amount? That's strange. Okay, I'm not buying that then. I did not know that. I wonder if that's a new thing or if it's always been like that. Because I felt like I bought a property where the person was in jail before, and I don't think I did that, or I did not pay attention if I paid twice as much as I thought I should have. Okay, anyway, so that's why that's so cheap. Makes sense now. But I want to check some of the markup here. That seems like pretty good markup in Nashville now that wasn't there before. That's weird. That's Nashville is doing better than, I mean, they have some low mint prices, but then the Alameda, Berkeley, Los Angeles, okay, unless something strange is going on here. That just seems very odd to me. Because I could actually go and click on collections here. I wonder if it'll let me do all this. It probably won't. I don't need those. Hopefully I didn't click too many. It doesn't work right. 4,000. That's in a collection? No, it didn't work right. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, that's why Nashville is marked. So, but when I was looking at trading property before, I could go buy a property in Nashville in a collection for under mint price. It was crazy, but it looks like you can't do that anymore. So, interesting. I guess that's good that their prices are going up. So, let me Huh. Pretty close to mint, right? Why is that? So something's funky here. Because that's showing me... Oh, I know why. I messed up. It wasn't catching enough properties before. You can probably still get stuff under mint in Nashville if you could just collect, or if I expanded that search bar to more than 200 properties. That's why. So, but you can still get here. Let's see if we increase this more. See, I was only pulling up 200 houses. So it's only showing me the very cheapest properties and not all of them. So you probably can still get stuff below mint in Nashville, just not the very cheapest properties. Okay, now I'm less confused. There, well, still not below mint, but right at mint in a collection in Nashville. So if you want to get some good yield, that's a really good place to go right now. Okay, that is all we've got for right now. There's some really good deals out there, really cheap properties. If you want to buy in LA, Detroit, even Berkeley right now, good stuff. There's lots of properties to mint here if you're FSA. Even if you're not FSA, there's still plenty of properties for less than 5,000 UPICs around. I haven't seen too many under 4 still, but a lot under that 5. There's one right there. It's a pretty big property too. So we'll see how this plays out, how fast these all mint. Lots of places for FSA players, and then we'll see how fast the rest of them mint as well. Let me know if you're flipping properties, what you're doing. If you want to buy my properties, hey, go buy them. That'd be awesome. And we'll have a few for sale up here. Maybe I'll figure out some prices on the Woodward properties. Go from there. Of course, we'll have plenty of updates and let you know what we're doing. And next week, we'll see what the collections are and see what craziness happens after that. All right, thanks for watching. Love the comments, love the shares, love the likes. Keep those coming. We'll be back with more videos coming up here soon.